Rank 1. The intern. You got the internship. 3 months at a FAANG. Your LinkedIn post these has 847 likes. You told your parents. They didn't understand what the company does. They understood the stipend. $8,000 for the summer. That's realsa. You arrive on day 1 in a brand new hoodie. You don't have a badge yet. HR gives you a laptop. It takes 4 hours to set up. You're assigned to a team. The team has a Slack channel. You introduce yourself. Nobody replies for 6 hours. Then your manager says, "Welcome aboard." Your first task, fix a lint error in the codebase. You spend 3 days finding out what a lint error is. You fix it. You submit a pull request. 4 engineers review it. One asks why you chose that approach. You didn't know there was another approach. You Google it at 11 p.m. You change the code 3 times. Finally, someone approves it. Your name is on the commit. You screenshot it. You show your roommate. He doesn't care. You go to every optional meeting, every lunch, every team event. The senior engineers stop going to optional lunches after year 3. Don't know this yet. You're optimistic. You're early. Week 8, you're building your internship project. It's a small feature. You demo it to the team on Friday. 12 people watch. You're terrified. It works. One person says, "Nice work." That's enough. The return offer comes on week 10, full time. $165,000 base salary. You sign before they finish the sentence. You're not an intern anymore. The real game starts now. Rank 2. The junior engineer Julie. You're back. Full-time badge. Company email. Real desk. You wore the company hoodie every day for the first month. The other juniors also wore the hoodie every day. You all look the same. You clone the repository. Repository. It has 150,000 files. You don't ask why. Your first ticket is labeled easy. It's not easy. You spend 3 days reading code you don't understand. You fix it. It was a typo. You feel like a fraud. Imposter syndrome hits hardest at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. You look around. Everyone seems to know what they're doing. They don't. They're also faking it. You won't learn this for 2 years. First code review. 3 engineers leave comments. Your face turns red. You change the code 4 times. It finally gets approved. On-call rotation starts. You're on call for the first time. 0.3 a.m. Production is down. Your phone goes off. You escalate. Your tech lead fixes it. You watch and learn. Your base salary is $165,000. After taxes, it feels like $95,000. You pay $3,200 a month rent in San Francisco. The math is hard. Year 1 ends. You survived. You get a small raise. You get an equity refresh. You don't fully understand what it means. Total comp is now $190,000. The number feels real. Your manager says your trajectory is good. You ask what good means. She says keep doing what you're doing. You're not sure what that is. You keep doing it. The plan is working. Probably. Rank 3. The mid-level engineer. The promotion email arrives quietly. HR updated the org chart. You found out from LinkedIn. Someone congratulated you first. Mid-level means you now review other people's code. You have 2 junior engineers. They remind you of yourself. You try to help them. They ignore your advice. You learn this is normal. Your total comp is $280,000. You feel like you should feel rich. You don't feel rich. You feel busy. You lead your first project. It's supposed to take 6 weeks. Week 3. The requirements changed. The infrastructure doesn't support it. You cut scope. You launch 2 weeks late. Nobody important notices. 5,000 users. See your feature on day 1. You check the metrics obsessively. 4,200 clicks. You feel something on call. A bug at 2 a.m. You fix it yourself this time. You feel capable. You also feel exhausted. You go back to bed at 4 a.m. You don't sleep. The on-call week is always the week you plan to work on the cool project. Your tech lead asks, senior track or management track? You say technical. You're not ready to stop coding. A startup offers senior title and more equity. You decline, the brand matters. The stock is vesting. The plan is workings. Year 3 ends. You know the code base. You know the politics. You know which meetings actually matter. That took 18 months. Senior is coming. You can feel it. Or maybe that's just the caffeine. Rank 4. The senior engineer senior happened. The promotion was announced in a meeting. Your skip level told you before your manager did. That's how it works. You're 28. Base $210,000. Total comp around $360,000. The number means less than it used to. Everything means less than it used to. You own a system, a critical subsystem. Millions of people use it. You think about that in the shower. Then you think about the on-call schedule. You make architectural decisions. You argue with other seniors. Sometimes you're right. It takes 6 months to know. When you're wrong, it takes 8 months to fix. When you're right, nobody mentions it. You mentor a junior engineer. He has potential. He ignores your advice. He learns the hard way. This is fine. You write a major feature. 1,000 engineers use it internally. This should count for promotion to staff. You wait. Someone else gets promoted to staff. They shipped less but talked more. You were too busy shipping to talk about shipping. That was a mistake. You start writing internal blog posts. Feels like bragging. Your manager says it's visibility. Visibility matters. You work 60 hours a week. Your partner notices. Next quarter will be better. 8 quarters in a row. The startup offer comes back. Chief engineer, real equity. You interview. You like them. You don't take it. The brand is still working. Staff is close. You stay. Rank 5. The staff engineer staff happened. 3 years after senior. You're 31, base $245,000. Bonus $75,000. Stock enormous. Total comp $420,000. You've stopped looking at the comp statement. It confuses more than it excites. Staff is different. You don't own a system. You shape systems. You look at what 3 teams are building and say, this should talk to that. Nobody asked you to do this. You just did it. Now it's your job, architecture reviews. You sit across from other staff engineers. The debates are mostly civil. Sometimes territorial. You originate projects. You pitch them to directors. Sometimes they fund you. Sometimes they don't. You move on. You can't afford attachment. You get attached every time. An initiative you started 2 years ago is finally getting traction. Recruiter calls start. Other companies want you specifically. You schedule interviews. You don't prepare. The offers come fast. The offers are good. They don't feel real. You decline 0.8 years in. Stock keeps vesting. New grants keep coming. You have options you've never exercised. You're quietly wealthy. You don't feel wealthy. You feel tired. You stay. Because the work is here. Or because you don't know what else to do. You've been here 8 years. You are part of the architecture now. Principal is the next level. You can feel the ceiling above. You have a family you see on weekends. Mostly. 8 years of this. The plan worked. Probably not how you imagined. Rank 6. The principal engineer, principal. You're 36. The promotion felt ceremonial. Total comp $650,000. Could be $750K. Could be $550K. The board decides. You define technical direction for 500 engineers. You don't manage them, you influence them. That's the principal thing. You write long, detailed memos. They propose company direction. Sometimes the company adopts it. Sometimes it's completely ignored. When it's ignored, you wonder what you're doing wrong. A venture fund called. CTO role. 1.20M base. Real equity. You interviewed. You like the team. You thought about it for weeks. Who are you without this company's name? You turned it down. You told yourself it wasn't the right opportunity. You know you were lying. Your skip level has dinner with you once a quarter. You say you're fine. You mean it. You're fine. You're not happy. These aren't the same thing. You're purposeful. You're respected. Close enough, your kids know you solve big problems. They don't know what that means. One more year, then we'll see. Always one more year. You stay. You always stay. You have everything the 22-year-old you wanted. It feels different than expected. The title, the number, the respect, the impact. All of it real. Also not what you thought it would feel like. Next level, distinguished engineer. The mountain is taller than you thought. You've been climbing for 14 years. You're not stopping now. Rank 7. The distinguished engineer, distinguished. You're 42. You've been here 14 years, comp last year. $1.1 million. Year before, $1.3 million. Variance is large. The lifestyle adjusted years ago. It doesn't adjust anymore. Junior engineers know your name, not your face. Not face, your name. They learn about systems you built in onboarding. You don't think about this usually. You think about it when something breaks. You speak at conferences, you're invited to talk about the future. Journalists interview you. Advisory boards want you. You know important people. CEOs, VCs, government officials. You could start a company. You haven't. Maybe the name is all you have. Your daughter stopped waiting for you at soccer practice. Your son learned not to ask when you'd be home. You have $6 million in equity. A house you're rarely in. Built systems that billions use. They'll never know you exist. You became a legend inside one building. You're not sure it was worth it. You're not sure what the alternative would have been. Not sure about much anymore. That's okay. The work continues. The machine needs new parts. Somewhere right now, a 22-year-old has LeTut open at midnight. 3 interviews scheduled. 12 weeks of prep. Clean plan. 2 years, maybe 3. She gets the offer. She accepts before they finish the sentence. The cycle continues. The machine just needs new parts. Rank 8. The engineering manager, year 10. You switch to management. IC to manager overnight, your calendar changed overnight. Every slot is now a meeting. You have 8 direct reports. 2 are better engineers than you were. You've stopped writing code. You didn't notice for 6 months. Your job, unblock people, remove obstacles, hire, fire occasionally. Hiring is the most important thing you do. You're getting better at it. Performance reviews. You tell engineers their rating. Some are lower than expected. You don't sleep before these meetings. They don't sleep after. Your comp is $480,000. Less than staff engineer. You knew this going in. One of your team quits. Takes a competing offer. You throw a real goodbye party. You fight for your team. Budget. Headcount. Tools. Your team ships a major product. Their names are on it, not yours. This is correct. A director role opens. You interview internally. You think about the team you'd leave. You think about the meetings you'd gain. You take 3 days to decide. Then you accept. The machine promotes you again. The machine doesn't care who you are. It just needs parts that fit. But the people you've helped. That part is real. That makes the meetings worth it. Most of them, onto director. The calendar gets worse. The impact gets bigger. Theoretically, this is the job. You chose it, mostly. 15 years in the industry. The seniority is real. The fatigue is also real. Next, VP of Engineering. The view from up here is getting complicated. Rank 9. VP of Engineering, VP. You're 45. You manage managers now. 200 engineers total. You know 30 of the 200 by name. The other 170 know yours. The power dynamic is uncomfortable. You try to minimize it to comp. $850,000. Base plus bonus plus stock. The number is abstract now. Your assistant manages your calendar. You have an assistant. Every decision affects hundreds of people. You try to make fewer decisions. The board wants quarterly updates. 15 slides. 30 minutes. Quarterly, a board member asks a hard question. You have the answer. VP level politics are real. Other VPs compete for budget. A major incident. Your team is blamed. CEO is on the call. You stay calm. You own it publicly. You fix it privately. Your team trusts you more after. Leadership is weird like that. Serial C, startup recruits you. COO role. Serious money. You take 2 months to decide. You've heard the pitch 20 times. You stay. Not because of money. Because of what you're building. Or that's what you tell yourself. 20 years in the industry. You've seen technologies come and go. The next thing is always the thing that changes everything. You still get excited. That part never left. CTO is theoretically next. The gap is enormous. CTOs aren't promoted into. They're hired into or started into. The call comes. Different company. Real CTO role 20 years. For this moment. You take the call. Rank 10. The CTO, Keto. It happened at a different company. You finally left $1.8 million total compensation. Plus equity. Plus the weight of everything. 800 engineers. Billions in infrastructure. Everything technical routes through you. You don't write code. You write strategy. You write culture. You sit on the board. You are part of the board. Your first CTSO decision cost $40 million. 18 months to implement. It was the right decision. You knew it was right 2 years before anyone agreed. Leadership is often having the right answer too early. The company goes public. You're on stage at the NYSE. Your family is there. They flew in from 2 time zones away. Your daughter is 22 now. She's interviewing at FAANG. She asks for your advice. You think for a long time. The work is real. The cost is real. Choose carefully. She gets the offer. She accepts before they finish the sentence. You recognize something in her face. You saw it once. In a mirror. She doesn't know yet. The Sunday flights never end. She doesn't know that the stock doesn't feel real until suddenly it does. The cycle continues. Somewhere, midnight. Lead Tut open, 3 offers. 3 interviews scheduled. Clean plan. It's all going to work out. The machine doesn't care about the plan. The machine just needs new parts. And the new part is ready 0.28 years later. Somewhere a CTO is standing at an NYSE podium. The cycle continues. It always does. Thanks for watching.